everyone, I hope that you guys are doing well today. I have Miss Winona here in this super duper cute panda outfit. She just looks adorable in it, and I don't really want to take it off of her, but I feel like she's been in it for a while, so she definitely needs a bit of a change. So we are going to put her in this really cute little lemon outfit. And as you guys know, I'm not a Carter's person, but this outfit did come with Kaylee, and even though I don't have Kaylee anymore, I feel like it's still like something special. I've just had it for so long. And then we're gonna try doing this like little green bow to go with it. I don't know if it's even gonna fit her, so we'll find out. But anyway, today we are going to get a little bit personal here. So hold on for this. I am going to share with you guys my most embarrassing reborn moment ever. Maybe even just in general, my most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to me. And I feel like, you know, there's kind of this like stigma that's like playing with dolls is weird and it's something to be like embarrassed about. And I don't know if I've ever felt embarrassed, but at the same time, it's just not a hobby that everyone is going to understand. So I feel like at one point in time or another, if you're in this hobby for long enough, you are going to come across embarrassing or awkward moments. It could be anything from like, you know, at an outing with your reborn, you accidentally run into your PE teacher from high school, or, you know, maybe someone accidentally walks into the reborn room instead of the bathroom and they didn't know about the dolls, or, you know, there's always going to be something. And so I feel like mine is not too bad, but I really want to hear your guys's, because I think it's just, you know, in the moment it's like really awful and it feels bad, but you know, in the future it's something that you can kind of laugh about. At least I feel like I can. So anyway, let's start from the beginning. And I'm sorry if you hear my dogs. I am kind of the only one in the house, and they really like to be in the room if I'm the only one here, and so, you know, that's gonna be them if they're off in the distance. But anyway, so when I very first started collecting, I was in middle school, so I was very young. I think I was even in 6th grade, so playing with toys was still like a very sort of acceptable thing. Everyone kind of still had, you know, a couple of toys in their room here and there, and these especially don't look just like, you know, your average baby doll, so it wasn't weird in middle school. A lot of my friends knew about it. And so when I created my own personal Instagram, which I know that you're not supposed to have an Instagram when you're that young, but you know, when you're that young, you also don't really care. You're just like, ooh, this looks fun, let's try this out. So anyway, I started my Instagram, and you know, just as everyone else, I was kind of mimicking, being like, oh, other people post about, you know, their hobbies and their life and everything like that, so I'm going to do that too. So I posted a picture of one of my first reborns, and that's kind of how I discovered the reborn community on Instagram. I started getting a bunch of follows from other people who had dolls, because I would use like hashtags of like, you know, reborn doll and everything like that. And so more and more people found me, and it became less of a personal account and more of a reborn account. I believe my very first username was Casso Roll, because it was like, you know, just a play on my first name. And then I decided to change it to Rosie Reborns once I realized that, you know what, I don't really have a whole lot of people that I actually know on here. This is going to be my hobby account. But at that point in time, there was already so many of my personal friends and family following me that I thought that I would just continue to be very open about it, because to be honest, even in high school, I was kind of always like the kid that wanted to be different, and I didn't really care what people thought, and I was just like totally that type of person, just edgy in my own way. I didn't really want to do the hip new thing. I kind of just wanted to do my own thing all the time, and I had a relatively small friend group because that's kind of just what I prefer. And so, you know, they obviously know about it. They went to my house all the time. And so just, it wasn't a big deal, if you guys are kind of getting the main theme of this. Until I was probably in my sophomore year, and I started to just gain a ton of popularity in the Reborn community. That was probably when I was like at my peak, and everyone was doing roleplay accounts, and I was like, you know what, that seems kind of fun. I mean, I've tried roleplay on my YouTube account, why not just go for it on Instagram? And as I started getting into it, I started loving the health aspect, you know. So I feel like during that time I just learned so much about baby development and everything like that. And so I tried to make my account as realistic as possible. I would talk about like doctor's appointments. I would talk about approximately what size the baby was at that gestational period, and you know, just stuff like that. And then, you know, like, oh, went to the hospital, I'm at this many like centimeters dilated, and you know, it was just like a fun way to be creative and kind of like learn a lot more that I didn't really know about. And because that was kind of just my fun sort of play account, and it was a little bit more personal than just, you know, here are the dolls I collect, I decided to keep that account private and my other Reborn account open. However, the mistake that I made was I decided to talk about my roleplay account on my my regular Reborn account, and kind of like sponsor. I'd be like, oh, go over here for like, you know, pretend updates on this new baby that's coming in the mail soon, you know, they're going to be delivered soon, you know, watch out for this sort of a thing. Just so that, you know, if people wanted to enjoy that creative aspect with me, they could come over to that account and do so. And I probably should have been a little bit more careful with who I kind of accepted on that account, and who I like declined to follow, because one of the people kind of realized that I was doing this roleplay account and was curious, and so they created a fake profile. I'm not sure what their fake profile was. It could have been like a picture of a doll that they found on the internet. It could have even just been like blank or whatever, but it said something about reborns, or there had to be something, because this person actively kind of tried to trick me on that account into letting me follow them. And then, you know, once they did, they started sharing the information that was on that account with their friend group. And thank God, one of the people in their friend group was one of my best friends. And so she like kind of confronted me about it. She's like, oh, like, I don't want to be like rude or anything, but you know, this person said that you were like, you know, pretending that the dolls were actually real on this account. And I like freaked out, and I was like, oh no, I just have the one account, I don't know what you're talking about, because, you know, it was just something like, just something special for me that I could enjoy, that I didn't really want to share with, like, you know, people that didn't really understand it, you know. And so I freaked out. I went home and really debated on it, but I just decided to delete everything on that account, and I decided to change the name on it and change the theme of the account. So now that old account that was my roleplay account is now just like an art account, and I just post any art that I create on there. But I don't know, like that was just like my reaction to it, because I truly don't think that I would have enjoyed really posting on that account anymore as a roleplay account, if I knew, you know, that it could be so easily accessed without me even realizing it. And so you just have to be really careful on the internet sometimes. And, you know, when you're a teenager, you think that, oh my God, like everyone in the school probably knows I'm going to be made fun of. Like, this is a really big deal. These people are going to think I'm just like a weird creep now. And, like, you kind of get this, like, notion that, like, everyone is looking at you and looking at everything that you do. When, as you get older, like, you don't care as much about that. I mean, of course, like, now I wouldn't want, like, future employers to see something like that. But, you know, moral of the story is it was really, really embarrassing for me. But after that, like, nothing really came out of it. Like, no one else confronted me. I didn't really get, you know, anything out of it other than just that, like, one interaction. And I'm pretty sure I know all the people in the friend group. And it wasn't that big of a deal, even though at the time I was, like, freaking out. So anyway, now I really don't know what to put on her because this hat also doesn't look right. This is always so hard when you have like something with unique colors and just nothing wants to work with it. But it's really hot outside. I also don't really want her to have a hat on anyway, so we might just go with the typical hairband. This one gets used so much, but anyway, I like veered off over there. So I would like to know if you guys have any stories that were a little bit embarrassing with your dolls and kind of what came out of it. Was it actually a big deal in the end? Or was it just something that, you know, was 3 days panic and then just kind of dissipated? But I hope that you guys are enjoying your day, and we hope to see you in the next video. All right, bye-bye everyone.